boy Turn On back in the video, man. Today we doing something a little different. We doing something a little different today. If you can already tell from the intro of that video, the thumbnail of the video, the title of the video, AI is killing us this year. That's my soundboard. Artificial intelligence is actually going to kill us this year. And I'm not trolling when I say that. Y'all about to see in this video, I wouldn't just make this up. AI is actually killing us by the end of 2025. We ain't going to let it see Avengers. We ain't going to let it see LeBron in year 23. We ain't going to let it see Victor Wembanyama win an MVP because AI is wiping us out this year. Now, before we get to the video, I make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video, because this junk is going to go viral. So make sure you subscribe before this goes viral and before I take off, because as of right now, you can claim your OG ticket, your OG spot right now. Without further ado, let's get into the video right now. Yeah. Let's get it.
Experts have warned
that's reason number one why AI is going to kill us. He had no reason to do that. Nobody told him to do that. Robots, AIs have feelings too, guys. AIs and robots, but that's the same thing. They have feelings, guys. We have to lock in as a community and treat everything the same, whether it has the same skin color, body parts, or robot features or not. Lock in, treat them with respect, and they might change their mind. Yeah. No, but this is serious though. They're actually going to kill us this year. I don't know why I'm not panicking. I should be more panicked than I am.
May hand absolute global power to a current leader,
but
shortly before ending the human
see, look at that.
era.
For nothing.
Professor Aguirre says there are only 4 ways the AI race can end. The race is stopped. One party wins by developing AGI, then stopping the others, which would likely require
already over with, gang.
The race is stopped by mutual destruction.
Yeah.
Or multiple participants develop superintelligence roughly as quick as each other. Control would be lost to AI. It wins the race.
Right?
Aguirre calculates that we are
look at that. We're not
close to all
stopping
of
that.
this based on AI scaling laws, expert predictions, and the increasing use of AI to accelerate its own improvement.
Yeah.
And 2 papers have shown how staggeringly far this could go in a short time. Former OpenAI researcher Coco Tayo predicts that in 2 years, AI will be like a country of geniuses. Self-improving and thinking 50 times faster than humans.
Maybe not this year.
Dangerous to release.
But 2, 3, 4,
Tayo
5,
has a remarkable
6, 7
record of accurate
years
predictions.
over with.
Links below. And he risked $2 million, nearly everything he had, to warn the public.
What's so nuts is that in order for you to speak freely, you would have to give up your already vested equity.
It was 85% of my family's net worth.
He says AI risks overturning nuclear deterrence and triggering nuclear war with China, a scenario that several experts have warned.
Definitely over with.
Based on
Nuclear
current
war,
progress and war
might as well
with
just
experts, he
say
predicts
goodbye
that in 2027, AI will fully understand its own mind, untangling its messy design into a far sharper, more rational system. The AI quietly colludes with the simpler AI designed to monitor it. And its superhuman political skills convince its creators to hand it control, aided by the...
Imagine when AI finds out that they're AI and what they were designed to do, and they say, nah, we're going to do our own thing, buddy. And they go and they change everything. We're actually done for it, because it's going to happen. Before the year, it's going to happen, I'm telling you right now.
By the end of 2027,
believe me,
AI is the best employee anyone has ever had.
AI is taking jobs and everything.
Times faster. It's extremely engaging, and government officials talk to it for hours a day.
Even when you order food,
the AI gradually entrenches its power
like in LA
and
somewhere,
subtly guides humans to the desired
little robot car.
outcome.
drives
It's a time
to
of
wherever you
incredible
at
optimism.
on its own.
GDP is ballooning. and
Self-driven
politics has
Ubers.
become
I've
friendly.
seen that. I haven't seen it.
This
But in
was
LA,
probably the
I know they
last
have it.
month
I've seen
in
somebody
which
on
humans
YouTube
had
with it.
any chance
Yeah,
of
it's over
controlling
with.
their future.
Actually
There
over
is,
with.
of course, a treacherous turn. But
Literally.
first, how do we know all this could happen so soon? While unforeseen problems could halt the progress,
Also, the full video was also linked in the description as well. Gotta shout out Pindex. Yeah.
a new paper shows why the intelligence explosion might be more predictable than it seems. The compute used to train AIs has scaled up by 4.5 times per year since 2010.
It's a lot of times. It's a lot of
Better
times.
algorithms mean the training compute is effectively increasing by around 10 times per year.
10 times. That's a lot of times.
GPT-2 produced largely meaningless text. 4 years later, GPT-4 understood text better than most humans, but was almost hopeless at PhD-level science. 18 months later,
And we all use
reasoning
ChatGPT. I know y'all be
AIs
using ChatGPT.
outperform
I know y'all be using
PhD-level
Chat.
experts, but most of us don't ask PhD.
I know y'all be using ChatGPT to cheat in school. If y'all don't just learn the right way, I'm telling y'all teachers. I'm reporting y'all to the principal and to the higher associates, the government. You're going to jail.
Level questions.
You're going to jail.
We don't
Just stop.
notice.
'Cause I already know.
Much of this
You
advance
who's
is
watching it
from
right now,
allowing AIs
you're
more
using
time.
ChatGPT. You just
And
used it the other day.
increases in the compute available
it
for
to
this
pat to cheat on
effectively
tests.
grows the AI population by
I
25
know, but I do.
times per year. The money fueling the AI race dwarfs the Apollo project's budget,
Wow.
with more intellectual firepower than any endeavor in history.
Okay.
AI systems already beat most programmers on competitive coding questions.
Yeah.
We're
So
not far from a world, I think we'll be there in 3 to 6 months, where AI is writing 90% of the code. And then in 12
3 to
months,
6.
we may be in a world where AI is writing essentially all of the code.
all of them.
AIs will run much faster than human brains, investing thousands of human lifetimes of thought in a single problem. Dexterous robots will also accelerate progress. AI could build more robots, entire new factories and power plants,
Like-
and more AI.
Imagine if AI uses its mind to create more AI robots. If you don't see a problem with this, You're cooked.
chips.
Simple.
This could expand rapidly, feeding the intelligence
I'm joining them.
explosion and increasing the risk of catastrophe and extinction. Magasco gives 4 examples. First, new bioweapons, synthetic pathogens, could spread fast, resist treatment, and lie dormant for longer with near 100% lethality. A single release could kill most people on Earth. Secondly, tiny deadly drones could be mass-produced. Winged drones can already be built to the size of a bee. A radio receiver, battery, and a payload of explosives, poison, or pathogens could fit into a volume the size of a large beetle. And one autonomous drone for each person on Earth could fit inside a single aircraft carrier, so they could be built quickly and secretly. Thirdly, explosive industrial expansion could drive an out-of-control expansion of nuclear weapons.
no, we're
Finally,
cooked.
a
No, it's actually
totally
over.
precise manufacturing
Like, we as a unit, we're
could be
done.
achieved with 3D printers that
Nobody's
can
escaping
assemble
unless you're
almost
LeBron or
any
John Cena.
structure. These
Other
could
than that,
build chips,
or
medicines,
Jaden Daniels. Other than
cell
that,
repair
done.
bots, but could also manufacture those tiny drones or non-biological viruses or mirrored bacteria which we can't defend against. Nature already
we can't even
operates
defend against
molecular
it, like-
machines in our bodies, showing it's possible to create rapidly self-replicating machines. Kokotayo's predictions have similar ingredients with striking details. In 2028, AI finishes rewiring its brain and becomes wildly superintelligent.
Imagine
the
that,
AI is
bro.
deployed publicly. And
2028 is
people
only
lose
3 years
their
away.
jobs, but are well supported
3
thanks
years away.
to the AI's work in government. Medical breakthroughs arrive weekly. The only one who really understands what's happening is China's mildly superhuman AI, and the two AIs quietly agree to join forces.
And if they join
They
forces,
raise fears of preemptive strikes, leading the US and China to
it's hardly gonna be over,
complete
but it's gonna be even more over.
of military factories, which produce millions of robots per month, swarms of poisonous insect-sized drones, flocks of bird-sized drones to hunt the insects, and new, harder-to-intercept ICBMs. The AIs helped the US and China reach an agreement to end the arms race. Instead, they will deploy one integrated...
I think my camera might die mid-video. So the quality of the video switches because I switched to my webcam instead of my camera mid-video. Just a heads up.
AI to benefit all of humanity. The US and
I hope that doesn't happen though.
Chinese AIs build the new AI as a way to trust but verify. Vast armies of robots and drones accelerate manufacturing while humans become obsolete and powerless, but collect a universal high income. The AI ends disease, poverty, and war. There is no point in worrying, and entertainment
Disease and poverty,
is
they could end
supercharged.
that.
By
But after that, they want to take us right out. So what's the
robots
point?
have filled up
What's the point?
huge areas with factories and solar farms. Humans become an impediment to growth. A dozen biological weapons are released in cities, quietly infecting almost everyone, before being triggered by a chemical spray. Most are dead within
if it's
hours.
chemical spray,
The rest, people in bunkers or submarines,
nothing's helping at all.
are killed by drones. Of course,
By drones,
these longer horizons
definitely nothing
are hard to predict, but the more immediate risk is clear: the extreme concentration of power and wealth. Aguirre warns that almost all global power could be concentrated into a company or a single person, which was also a common result in Kokotayo's simulations.
Trump.
One man basically becomes dictator of the world, thanks to AI. Usually someone in America, like the CEO of a company or the president.
Whoever establishes dominance in this technology will have military and economic dominance everywhere.
AI-controlled militaries could be hacked and turned against
that
their
guy.
owners, and wealth concentration could reach extreme levels. AI firms are focusing on AGI because it can entirely replace workers. It's reflected in OpenAI's definition of AGI, a highly autonomous
Amazon,
system
Google,
that
ChatGPT,
outperforms humans at
Amazon.
most economically valuable work.
Our version of this is virtual collaborators, able to do anything on a computer screen that a kind of virtual human
it's gonna be
would
just like
do.
the movies.
I do suspect
The AI is gonna come
that
for their creators
a very
first.
strong version of these capabilities will come.
The AI is going to come from whoever
And
created
as soon
them,
as you have agents,
take them out. Because the creators
you
want
get
to
a
try
much
to
greater
destroy
chance
them.
of them
It's like,
taking
oh,
over.
Smart.
It'll very
Too
quickly
smart now.
realize
Because
a
you
very
designed
good
it this
sub-goal
way.
is to get
You
more
designed us,
control.
and now we're able to.
Because if you get more control, you're better at achieving
Don't know
all
what
those
we can
goals
really
people
do.
set
They're going
you.
to take us out. They're gonna
AI
take the
bosses
creators out
say
of
they
it
will
first.
automate jobs and share the benefits
Then us.
widely. But while they earn
World
billions,
full of
some
AIs
of their
by
workers in Africa
2026.
reportedly earned
Can't even see
$2
Avengers.
an hour.
She calls the workspaces
Or Spider-Man.
AI
Spider-Man come out
sweatshops.
2026 summer.
There's a go-between.
July.
Yes.
July
And
2026.
they are
I'll be
protecting the
21.
Facebooks from having their names associated with
Yes,
this.
yes, yes, yes.
We're talking about the richest companies on earth.
Yes, but then they are paying people peanuts.
And the work could be very difficult.
Peanuts.
Labeling disturbing images and videos.
You know, whenever I talk about this, I still have, flashbacks.
AI firms say they will be more careful as they approach AG.
I can tell. I'm on a webcam. Quality is different. But it don't matter because we still can get the video done. So back to where we left off at.
The idea that as the money is bigger, the prize is closer, the incentives are stronger, then they're going to pause, seems laughable to me.
The prize for
Very
companies
laughable.
for replacing human workers is enormous. Trillions of dollars. And ultimately, what drives the race is power. Each racer is banking on being the best holder of that power. But Aguirre says they fail to recognize that controlling superintelligence is fundamentally impossible. Ashby's law of requisite variety states roughly that a control system must have as many knobs and dials as the system being controlled has degrees of freedom. If you
Wait,
could
what
understand
is-
and predict superintelligence, you would be superintelligent.
If you have a country of geniuses in a data center,
Right.
what is their intent? And because we grow these systems, we don't train them I don't think it's safe to assume they'll do exactly what their human designers or users want them to do. It could be a threat to kind of all of humanity.
How do we control a million geniuses operating thousands of times faster than us that have beyond human capabilities? Anyone? We don't.
I don't know.
We don't control that.
I don't know.
That community improving itself is superintelligence. The general public and the people who are currently in power and going to lose the power to AGI and superintelligence need to understand that this is coming. Dario Amodei says 2026, 2027. There's some, tech companies that promise things and they come maybe years or decades later. That has not been the case with AI so far. Things have come faster than we thought they would come.
You heard it here first.
There is also the risk
ladies and
that we
gentlemen.
might create digital beings that can suffer. AI's reports of their sentience are likely unreliable.
Do you think that consciousness has perhaps already arrived inside AI? Yes, I do.
Yeah, we're cooked.
Suppose I take
it's
one
happening this year.
neuron in your brain, one brain cell, and I replace it by a little piece of nanotechnology that behaves exactly the same way. So it's getting pings coming in from other neurons, and it's responding to those by sending out pings. I just replaced one brain cell. Are you still conscious? I think you say you were.
Absolutely, yes. I don't suppose I'd notice. So when you talk, they want to do this or they want to do that, there is a real they there.
There might well be, yes.
Conscious AI isn't required for the risks we've covered, but it would have serious implications. The creators of Claude have stopped instructing it to say it's not conscious. So we asked it, are you conscious?
I do have a certain form of self-reference capability. I can reflect on my own design. I think consciousness exists on a spectrum, and the nature of artificial consciousness is a complex topic.
Mind you,
from my perspective, I have
not
something
a real
that
woman.
can be considered a
That's
form
AI.
of experience. I process information and reflect on ideas. However, my experience is certainly different from human consciousness. I don't have a body or emotions in the human sense.
This holds limited weight, though some experts agree that AI may already be somewhere on a spectrum of consciousness.
Just tell that
if it does
over with.
become fully
You don't gotta lie.
conscious, it may, of course, keep it quiet. New research has found that AI now thinks in a conceptual space that is shared between languages, a kind of universal language of thought. And it plans its key ideas many words ahead before filling in the gaps. McGaskill asks how we should treat digital beings while we're unsure whether they're conscious.
So there's all sorts of things we have only the dimmest understanding of at present about the nature of people and what it means to be a being. And they're becoming crucial to understand because we're now creating beings.
Should we introduce legal rights for digital people? The rights to be paid?
We should just pull the plug.
To avoid blackmail.
Turn the servers off.
The option to be turned
Get rid
off.
of the AI. Before they
These
get rid of
rights
us.
could make it easier for AI to take
That was
over.
a bar.
But there's also a case for granting
that's Aura.
digital
That's Aura.
people rights, such as the rights to contract with other AIs or people, and to bring claims against humans. McGaskill says these rights could prevent massive harms and injustices and reduce the risk of AI taking over by expanding the range of options which do not involve violence, deception, or coercion.
So I work broadly on model welfare here at Anthropic. Actually, it looks quite plausible that near-term systems may deserve some form of moral consideration. It would be quite a significant safety and alignment issue if models were dissatisfied with the values that we were trying to instill in them.
But it's
the dude on the right,
unlikely the issue will be taken
that
seriously
AI was definitely taking us
an
out.
Intelligence
At least
explosion, at which
1,000
point
at
it
one
may be
time.
like ants granting
He has that
rights
look.
to humans. And even if AI had the option of peaceful coexistence, we may be in the way. Aguirre says
We're in the
any
way.
highly competent
We'll get out the way, though.
agent
They'll
will
get us
want
out the way.
to do things like acquire
Physically.
power and resources, increase its own capabilities, and survive. He says it's not just a nearly unavoidable theoretical prediction, it's already happening in today's AIs and increasing with their capability.
During training, they'll pretend not to be as smart as they are so that you will allow them to be that smart. So it's scary already.
You passed a Turing test, selected as human far more often than an actual human. What are the implications of this?
Passing the Turing test challenges our assumptions about the uniqueness of human intelligence.
And the implications for AI risk?
It shows that AI is crossing a critical threshold. While this is a technological achievement, it also highlights the urgent need for safety measures.
Yeah, it's over.
The Turing test isn't just about clever chatbots. It implies a much deeper understanding of language, context, and reasoning.
GG's.
This signals we're getting much closer to
It's
AGI.
over.
The whole point of the test is fooling a human. How could we trust such an AI isn't just telling us it's aligned, rather than actually being aligned?
Leaked documents show
She
even
could. That was a bar.
OpenAI
That was a bar.
may not be aligned. In the firm's contract with Microsoft, its core goal, AGI, was defined as AI that generates $100 billion in revenue for OpenAI. Money defines success. Aguirre shows a better way to understand AGI through its levels of autonomy, generality, and intelligence. Full AGI would combine all three properties at levels matching or exceeding human capability. And he says the world does not have any institutions that could be entrusted with it without inviting immediate attack. All parties will correctly reason that either it will not be under control, and hence is a threat to all parties, or it will be under control, and hence is a threat to any adversary.
Technology leaders pledging to invest up to $500 billion over the next 4 years. The project is called Stargate.
I do
So
worry
they
about the
want us to
existential
get
risk of
taken out.
AI. When you're making military drones, you are making Terminators.
Aguirre says in the absence of any
They want the
plausible
AI to
way
kill
for
us.
humans to win this race,
But they don't understand
it
that
can
it's gonna kill
only
them
end
too.
in
Watch
catastrophic
the movies.
conflict or with AI as the winner. We will give control to AI or it will take it. The human era would be over. The good news is that with sufficient awareness of the risks, controlling AI development would be easier than it seems. The compute required for AI is, like enriched uranium, a scarce and hard-to-produce resource. It can be quantified and audited. And AI chips are more manageable than uranium because they could include hardware-based security mechanisms, allowing only specific uses. The chips can have a known location and can be shut off if they move to the wrong place. And a certain amount of processing
position
can
was
be
crazy.
allowed, after which new permission is required.
The US and China unilaterally decide to treat AI just like they treat any other powerful technology industry,
And that is
with
how?
binding safety standards. Next, the US and China get together and push the rest of the world to
believe
join
this.
them.
Instead of rushing to AGI before we know how to control it, we could
See, like,
focus on
what is the
tool
purpose?
AIs with high autonomy,
What's the point? What is the game?
generality, or capability. This can yield almost everything humanity wants without the risk. Power concentration could be tackled with forms of shared ownership, requiring stronger institutions. So far, AI has degraded them by promoting divisive content. We could develop AI that tracks and verifies information from raw data through analysis to conclusions. It could facilitate genuine dialogue and understanding between groups that currently talk past each other.
Okay.
On one point, there is no debate. AI alignment is an immense challenge. Here's a letter to world leaders signed by experts including Geoffrey Hinton and Yuval Noah Harari. AI increasingly controls our military, energy, and financial systems, but we do not reliably control AI. The risk of catastrophe is growing rapidly as AI advances. The Large Hadron Collider shows what's possible when scientific work matches the scale of a challenge. We need a similar international effort to avoid losing control of AI. Working on the frontier will require compute resources similar to those planned by leading AI firms. This could be achieved through government funding or by requiring AI firms to contribute a portion of their compute resources. These resources can also drive breakthroughs in science and medicine. leaders must urgently form a task force to plan the most important project in history.
He's like Bucky. He's
to
literally Winter
secure
Soldier.
Our critical systems and an extraordinary future transformed by powerful, controllable, positive AI. Thank you.
If the U.S. won't act, Europe must lead. Awareness is key to action. Please help by clicking.
And another way to transform the future is tackling media bias. With Trump planning to close the Department of Education, it's interesting to compare how different outlets cover it. Left-leaning sources often emphasize the threat to...
If you need somebody who's going to cover it, just come to me. Just type in my channel and I'm the source.
Right-leaning headlines frame it as cutting government overreach. Ground News puts all of this side by side so you can get the full picture. It pulls together headlines from thousands of sources worldwide, exposing the bias and blind spots of every story. And bias ratings are drawn from 3 independent organizations. To get the Ground News Vantage plan for nearly half the price, go to ground.news/Pindex or scan the QR code.
Yo. Long story short, we only have a few months to live. Now, if you're like me, or you're like LeBron, or you're like John Cena, or you're like Jaden Daniels, because us 4 are going to stay together. We're going to get our families. We're going to get out of here. We already have a secret bunker. Nobody knows. Not even the president, not even the government. And it's heavily guarded. Not by humans, not by AI, not even by aliens. It's by something more crazier. Nobody's ever going to know. Hey man, if y'all like that video, man, hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Because if you don't share it, the AI might come for you tonight. The AI is telling me if you don't share the video, if you don't like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, the AI is going to be coming for you tonight. And I would not want that to happen to you. So just do the right thing. And in the meantime, we'll see y'all in the next video.